Hey Ashley, what's going on, love? Happy holidays. I'm fine. How about you? I finally got my hair done. Well, not got it done, but I finally combed through it. Hey, they playing the stuff. You fine, huh? If I was tired of somebody, I wouldn't came on. you guess what? These in upright. Make sure these cards is upright. Okay then, got Mac Jacuzzi. Yes. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it because I would tell you, but then other people watching, I don't really want to tell. So that's why I'm like, never mind. It ain't that juicy of nothing either, but unless you want to email about it. But I thought about it. I was like, never mind, because I don't want. It's not nothing that's like real juicy tea. It's just you know. Because I had somebody who was just stalking the hell out of me. I think that I finally got rid of them, but then sometimes you're never too sure. You know what I mean? So, and I don't have time for it. No, it's not nothing about that. That's why I say it's not real juicy. It's just it's just some news that I really don't want to tell everybody. So it ain't nothing like to get too excited over. Like it's exciting, but it's not like extremely exciting, if that makes sense. Or like in like tea of a man entertaining kind of thing, if that makes sense. But yeah. Anyways. Sometimes you gotta you talk too much and you gotta shush yourself. Shut up. Thank you. You can post whenever you're ready. Oh Lord. Okay. Embrace for impact. I hope I'm able. I don't know. If it's too touchy, I don't know if I want to touch on it. Okay, I see. I see that. I just heard this guy on live talking about the same thing. And he's an only child, talking about, how his father's not in his life. And fathers are important. Mine passed away, and he wasn't really in my life. And, some people, fathers, is on drugs. And, like, people like to be like, oh, forget it. But no, that's an important role. And especially women's lives. Daddy's little girl kind of energy. It's okay, huh? I eventually not like real over it, but like I got over it to a point where I stopped crying about it, and just accepting that it is what it is, kind of thing. the right reading here for Ashley, please, Spirit. Thank you for the right reading here for Ashley, please, Spirit. Thank you. As Ashley's father think about Ashley, even though he's not in her life. 11, I'm sorry. Yeah, he probably was trying to avoid a responsibility. Right. Some people like understood. Some people were like, "Well, you barely knew him anyway," and blah 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 blah. Like just being an asshole and insensitive. Like fuck you. Like I'm obviously want a 2-parent household. There's nothing wrong with wanting a 2-parent household or just wanting your father there kind of thing. You know. Just because you're okay with your father not in your life, or you don't understand where I'm coming from, or the case doesn't mean you know. Right. Clarify the 3 of Cups. Okay. Um, I feel like he does from time to time, but it's like still a battle of if he's gonna like show up or not kind of thing. He might, like I was already saying, like avoiding responsibility, wanting freedom, not really knowing how to be a father kind of thing, Of course they don't give you a handbooks, but some things you naturally learn, like who, doesn't want to hold their baby kind of energy and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I do feel like it could be an energy of like he could feel like he's not obligated for some type of like responsibility, maybe because maybe he don't feel like it was planned. Ooh. Especially if he was really young during this time, he might have felt like it wasn't planned. I didn't know what I was doing, kind of energy. Right, and I know you're gonna be like, I'm older now and stuff like that. But they could again, that's where it's like they could still like want their like freedom kind of thing. So maybe if they feel like they even if they do come in now, it's still some type of responsibility that might be expected. That's in their life. Did those kids come later, or maybe this other person? Yeah, I don't like this energy because he also could have had this energy of like if they're depending on me, I should be able to depend on them kind of energy. I don't think he knows how to like again be a father or work with children. He might really only know how to like connect with adults. And there are people like that, that are like that, But if you know that, you shouldn't have kids. But at the same time, like maybe he just felt like he was young and didn't know what he was doing, kind of thing, and wasn't ready. And common law marriage, that makes sense. Yeah, definitely don't want to face reality with the 7 of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. With the Six of Pentacles is also giving me, not Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups, giving me an energy of feeling like you would be okay. Yeah, now it's not the right time. Wait and try again. He might also feel like, which I don't know if it's true or not, that your mom could have pushed him away kind of energy. He felt like you were very advanced too for your age, which he could have liked, but at the same time didn't like. Oh Lord. Yeah, on child support. Yeah, which is no excuse. I mean, most people aren't ready to have children when they, have children, but it's like you got to get ready. But again, he could have just, again, wanted not to, you know, that responsibility, you know, feeling like he mentally and, pretty much all the areas financially and stuff couldn't handle it. And no offense, maybe he felt like weak to handle it, kind of thing. The cries and different things like that. Yeah, and so he could have, like, in order to have some money to myself, to not, be there kind of energy, which is sad. Yeah, he could have been feeling the same way, like maybe I'm not wanted here. But again, I don't know if that's true enough if she actually pushed him away or not, or if that was just in his head. But right, right. It's this one girl was crying like she really wanted that. She met him, and then next thing you know, he was like, "Can you buy this? Can you put this on my bill? Can you do that? Can you do that?" And I felt really bad for her. So I would hope not. Yeah, he could have felt like maybe you like took too much after your mom, and that was like energy that maybe he was like, I don't know how to say it, not resonating with. Yeah, he felt like he had no authority. Yeah, there could have been conflict of scheduling. Who's watching who at what time and stuff. He could have liked to travel a lot as well. I see. I could definitely see they probably both were at faults like going wherever, not communicating with the other, just up and leaving town. Yeah, and I could go back to when I said no authority, and maybe he felt like nobody was listening to him, especially if there was another man involved. We got the emperor. Yeah, they both could have felt like maybe they broke each other's deal breakers here. This could have been maybe a part of his deal breaker. I feel like, yeah, he could have felt like, I don't know if they. I feel like he could have felt like if they went to court, he could have felt like it was an unfair, unjudgment ruling. Yeah, I'm hearing like the legal system is messed up or corrupt. He was paying too much. Okay, yeah. No, it's not weird for someone to remind you of your father. Okay, period. Stepdad came in and stepped up to the plate. I don't know if he felt like your mom was spending it on other things or, you know, he just couldn't afford to give more or what happened. It probably was more likely that he couldn't afford to give more with what he had going on. Because again, earlier it said in order to keep some finances to himself, you know. I feel like clarify something. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Eight of Wands, Temperance. Amen. Hermit. Death card. How old is your father? Is he like in his 50s? I don't know. Something could be significant about like 50, 55, 60s. I don't know if that's like when a reconciliation will happen or. But I feel like a very, very heavy burden, not with just you, but him too. And it's like that heavy burden, I feel like won't be released until you guys at least have one conversation. Yeah, I feel like eventually he probably won't fully be in your life. So it probably wouldn't be like a drastic change, but it will be some clarity probably for you. You know, maybe from time to time it's like you guys kind of like chat it up, but I don't see like really like close energy or like consistency. And I think that's because of, your energy. Because maybe that's not necessarily what you want, or maybe you're still kind of like defensive on guard. was 50 something. Yeah. I was getting like 50, 55 to like 65. APA, hope all is well. But yeah, it's like nothing wrong with you. It's just that he couldn't come to terms with, his choices, Yeah, he's battling with a past that he cannot change. It's not that it's like, oh, didn't want you kind of thing. It's more so like I wish I had you at a different time when I was more ready, you know, when I would have actually known what I was into and what I needed to do, kind of thing. Especially if he didn't have a father. Not making an excuse, but again, it could have just been like he really did not know what to do, kind of thing. So he could have felt like maybe he has his perception could have been wrong because it could have been like an energy with the finances, which I think could have been like his main thing. It's like even if you were like poor and like you could barely give anything, it's like understandable if it's like, okay, I got to give this, but I still want to make sure I got a roof over my head, kind of thing. And I also don't want to do anything illegal that it make me end up in jail, because then I really won't be there, kind of thing. But he could have been misperception it because it's like even if you don't have finances, it doesn't mean you can't like sit and play with you in a car seat or like ask how your day was, have a tea party, you know what I mean? So he could have been, too focused on like the financial aspects. He was on drugs too. Maybe. And drugs are definitely like have you all misconstrued. Maybe people who do things they wouldn't normally do to family members, people who be leaning, people who be, they just be lost. And it's like every part of their life is very chaotic and unbalanced. So, and it's like they're like self sabotaging themselves so bad. They're like eating away at their own brain. You know what I mean? Like it can get like that. So I mean, if he was, then yeah, he probably was at a very low energy. Not to say it's an excuse, but just saying that drugs can really take over. You know, and words can take over too. Like if anybody told him, whether it was family or whoever, you'll never amount to them. You're not anything. Da da da. You can internalize that, and you'll be just that. You know what I mean? If you keep so many times people tell you over and over and over, and you start to believe it, you internalize it, and you just be like, well, nobody loves me anyway, or people will expect me to be not it anyway, or you know what I mean? So it definitely could have been like self sabotage, not enough finances, I wasn't ready, yada yada yada. Just basically like a lot of excuses, which again, we it's not excusable. But again, he could have just, not known, not had the right guidance. We have time for healing balsamic moon. Been known till after he used needles. I'm sorry. Yeah, I feel like he also felt like he affected your mom's energy. So it's like when he comes around, her energy is down, and it's like your energy is down, kind of thing. So it's like I definitely feel like he thought being away would be better for you than to be there, because maybe he didn't feel like he could amount to anything, which probably, is the opposite for you, but that's what he was assuming, thinking like, if I'm away, it'll probably be better for her. But that wasn't, really the case, kind of thing. Yeah, it says hesitant to text or call, text then deletes. You're not the only one feeling hurt, feeling like it's one-sided. Yeah, and it's like proud of the woman you became, even if whether he was there or not. It's like proud of who you became. And it's like they didn't want to show you, like, again, no offense, but I really do feel like he could have felt as though like I'm weak energy. And he might still feel that today, you know? And again, it's not excusable, but it's like, I don't want to show her example of a weak man. And look at that strength card. I knew it was like, it's out there. And it's like, he's over here waiting on the perfect time for this strength and stuff. You need to be there now. Or you should have been there. Whether you felt however you felt about yourself or your finances or whatever else was going on. All that noise in the background, nothing amounts to, you being in the present moment with your daughter. But again, he just wasn't seeing things that way. Yeah, I'm here and I wish I would have fought for you harder. So again, he definitely could have felt like it was some difficulties, whether that's with your mom, the court, the other man, or whatever the case may be. It's like, I wish I would have fought for you harder. But it's like some things you can't change because it's like it's too late. And you can't go back, kind of thing. Yeah, you'll definitely be fine. Right, that's why I said I eventually stopped crying about it. But, from time to time, I still think like how things would have been. Not to say that he could save me from everything or could avoid everything, because no parent is perfect or superhero or supernatural just can help avoid everything for you in life. But who knows? I probably would have been. Maybe I would have been a daddy's girl or something, or I would have did certain activities with my father, and you know what I mean. Like since I do here and there picture certain things, but you know, unfortunately, it doesn't like work out for everyone. But we make the best of it, and it doesn't define us. It doesn't make us any less. It doesn't, because some people they'll tease you, but people are assholes. They'll tease about that. Oh, that's why your father didn't want you, or your father wanted your life. You didn't have a dad, blah blah blah, or in love. Oh, I don't want to date her. She didn't have a father figure. I hate that. I'm sorry, but I hate that. Like that doesn't mean that like we're gonna be hell on wheels, or like I hate when people use that to determine something. But it's like I feel like he definitely could have like looked into your eyes and felt regret, not regret of having you, but regret of like, he knew he wasn't gonna be any good or damaged good. I ain't no fucking damaged goods. I'm good. So I'm a good. Okay, not a damaged one. Okay, like I can make light of this. Like shit don't have to be depressing. Shit don't have to always be deep. You know, because anything can happen to us in the world, or we could be without something that we wanted or we thought we needed in the world and still be fine. You know, I don't have to have a mansion or you know a car or this or that or whatever the case may be. A best friend, or I can still function in the world. You know, like people, it's crazy. Now I was watching this comedian the other day. I'm gonna get back on topic. He was like, it was like, so how was your life without a Tesla? He was like, I mean, it's cool. You know, they got some good features and all, but I also heard the cons of it. You know what I mean? So everything has a pros and cons. You know. Then they also is like, how was life without a father? He's like, I mean, it was straight. It was cool. I heard people say, you know, they cool or whatever. But like, you know, I still was good. You know what I mean? I still moved on and it was good in my life. What you talking about? You know, sometimes it's like what you don't know it won't hurt you kind of thing. But it does hurt sometimes, especially when you're missing both parents and you feel like, you know, it does hurt. But it's not, again, like you said, you're good and it's not impossible to move forward, you know? Right. And it's all about breaking those patterns. Because then it'll be the next person, and then you'll compare them to that person, then the next person. Do you feel like it's like abandonment issue or like a certain attachment style? And he probably very scared, which he should be, because you're very late to the party. You know what I mean? So it's like, how do you even approach? But again, you're the adult. You're the more growner one. You know what I mean? I'm not supposed to be reaching out to you. You had me. I didn't have you. You know. Okay. Period. He healed a lot more since then. Abandonment issues. Yeah. And I'm starting to believe it. Hold on. Star card. I mean, yeah, when you are, you know, on substances, and again, not trying to make an excuse, but those people who are on substances, they really lose their track of time. You know, like everything is cloudy, everything is foggy, everything is a bigger illusion than it could have been. Like if you're just overthinking and stuff like that, you know, you can have illusions of that. But when you're on substances, it's even more of like illusions. It's even more of like self doubts and stuff. It's like everything is intensified and tripled. That's why you know, stay away from drugs. You know, especially them hard ones. Me personally, I would never ever. I don't care how bad life gets. I do understand a little bit, like stuff can get bad in people's lives and they turn to it. But me personally, I don't see myself ever going there. You know, people lose parents. This happened, that happened. All kind of stuff happened to them back to back, and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna try this crack. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm sick of it. I don't want to feel no more pain. Some of these drugs be numbing people. But that's when again all those heavy illusions and stuff come in. You're thinking that's gonna like help you not face your problems, heal you, do this, that, and third. It's not doing it. It's actually making things very worse. But again, he wished he would have fought more. But he probably felt like again, I don't get much respect. I don't have the finances. I wasn't ready. I don't have a handbook. This, that, and the third. And I feel like he comes back around, like, don't be surprised if he try to baby you. You'd be like, what the hell? Like, I am not. Because that's where his mind is, going back to the past. His mind is still on the 10-year-old you, 11-year-old the last time he held you, you know? It's like getting to know all over again. Yep, that's what I said earlier. Just excuses. Just excuses. And again, not excusing it. Well, I'm not even gonna say that because again, I don't want it to seem excusable. Like it's really not excusable, but I understand it. But just saying, like when people can make a lot of excuses for stuff is what I'm basically trying to say. And those excuses will start to make you think that certain things are normal or certain things are right or certain things are justifiable when they're not. Just like when I can excuse myself all day to eat badly and gain weight and stuff and then be crying and regretting it and all that. Like excuses is dangerous, you know? Excuses will lead you to a black hole. Seriously. And I think that's exactly where it led him. It led him to that dark place, to them drugs and all that. So he's definitely beating himself up. Not that that's probably enough for you, but I just keep hearing I wish I would have fought harder. And I can't say people is different. Like I know with me, I don't even have kids, but I already know I'm gonna fight like a motherfucker, okay? Maybe I'm probably too over protective or crazy. But, like the girl who this one girl was threatening her, like, I don't know, I think it was at an airport. I don't even think she really knew the girl, but she was like, I'll spit on your baby and blah 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 while she was holding her baby. And most people were like, even me was like, I probably have to put my baby in a safe place and get that girl. You know what I mean? But she instead started walking fast, covering her baby, and got out of Dodge away from the girl. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody parenting also is different. Some people, you will see going harder, and other people's maybe not that hard, but that doesn't technically mean that they don't love you. You know what I mean? Because it's like I'm fighting the girl, but other people, but her, she was like, I'm getting the hell out of there, which I think that's fine too, because you still did your baby. You know what I mean? You still protected your child. I don't know why that came out. It might not even be important. Like, why did that come out? He could have got a vasectomy. Like, why did that come out though? I don't get it. I feel like with the other children, he didn't want things to be like publicly because he could have known like it would have made you guys feel a certain kind of way. Yeah, I feel like they weren't on like agreeable terms here. So again, he didn't want like and she's probably also looking like you can't come here, you're on drugs and this and that third. And I understand. I understand. And I feel like, oh, this kind of want to make me want to cry. Aw. Like, I don't want to excuse anything, but I don't think he's totally bad. I feel like it really was like, I don't think I'll be good enough. Like, eventually, at first, initially, he probably was really upset with the other man in the picture, but then it's like, you know what? He is doing real good. He doing better. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like a hard pill to swallow to even like admit. And it's, girl, I'm finna cry. Oh Lord, I ain't think I was gonna cry. You talking about you gonna cry? And I'm over here like I'm about to ball up. This I gotta come out my glasses. Oh man, it'd be like that sometime. Like, I mean, I had a hard time in my own life, like, with the parenting and stuff, and it's like, I used to hate that term. They don't have a handbook, and I'm like, they shouldn't need a handbook. But sometimes you really don't know what to do, and like, especially when you're young and like you feel like you can't take everything on, and then it's like some people they be like having their own members raise some of their kids and stuff because it's like I can't take it all. So instead of like being a pain to them, why not give them a better home? I can't give them a better home. You know what I mean? So it'd be people who, go stay with your auntie, go stay with your cousin, go stay with your grandma, go stay here, go stay there. I'd rather you do that than me, basically be an asshole in your life. So it's like, that was very touching. And look at the stalker's energy. It was like he was always looking in the background. Always looking in the background. Yes, we gotta release. Yep, they say to, you know, move up, level up, move on, and like really get to the ultimate place you want to be. You gotta transmute that energy. Like you gotta really cry all that shit out. You gotta feel the heal. You gotta really, because bottling it up. We all know what happens when you bottle everything up. It'd be explosions, and sometimes it's not just one explosion. It's like multiple explosions. Because sometimes you could just be having a regular day, nothing went wrong recently or anything. Out of nowhere, shit just burst. And it's like, it's because of all that pain you've been bottling up. That's why. Look at that. As soon as I said that, I pulled the more card. Yes, grieve. They say grieve. People don't have to pass away for you to grieve. Grieve, honey. Heal. Get very creative. Oh my gosh, I love this. However because everybody healing is different for everyone. You could be, I don't know, did you draw your father pictures? Maybe you could still do that. You're a grown woman, but like maybe you could still, like, even if you don't give it to him, maybe you're just drawing it for yourself. Whatever, like whatever helps you heal, do that. Whatever makes you heal mentally from it, physically, financially, spiritually, whatever. He do come back in. You got certain, and you allow it. You got certain boundaries and stuff like that. I'm gonna need you to do this, that, and the third. Okay. you know, because you do owe me. You do owe me. So this is what I need. You can't just come in however, whichever way. This is what I need. The other one gonna be touched too. Okay, you can. If you want to, you can get ready for that. I'm just gonna probably go through these real quick, but yeah, he was trapping his own self. He was feeling trapped. He wasn't even trapped. He was trapping his own self. I told you, brain eating away at itself. All that overthinking. It's like, should I do this? Should I? Over there fighting about which actions to take that he didn't take none. We have your partner is married or in a relationship will not leave them for you. That could have been a thing too. We have nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Water. I want to read that. What happened to my book to that one? Because I want to read that. Here it go. Writing letters just to put down what I would say to him. Okay, yep. It says water your garden. Which page is that? Water your garden, page 120. Hit anyone coming in, help all as well. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, notification bell for all that good stuff. Check out the community posts where I post collective readings you may resonate with. Also live readings. Yes, I do all kind of readings at mediumship at this time. Personal private readings go by email, phone, text, private live stream, or recorded video. Claim your donations. And most information is in the description box. As you can see by the title, I'm doing a buy one and get a free yes or no along with it. Thank you. Let me read this because yeah. And don't be all overthink. Like sometimes worse than other ones. I be overthinking like a bug, but that's also because, when I'm on social media a lot or I'm deciding to be in a lot and isolate and shit. That's when it happens. But when you get out more and stuff like that, and you put the phone down, you ain't really overthinking like that. Or when you're not scared to take actions. We have water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. Earth is a seasonal planet, and as such, you're a seasonal being. You can't be on and in full bloom month after day after day. You're strongly being called to put on the brakes, rest, and refuel. To take a moment to restock and replenish and slow right on down. He wasn't with his baby mom. Oh yeah, typical. And that catches up with you. Your past catches up with you. Your body is the only body you're given, and it needs to be respected as such. You're being called to take responsibility for your well being, to put your health and body first. I know it can feel like time is running out and as if there are urgent things that simply can't wait. However, no, period. I know that's right. Our health becomes first before anything. Our mental and, physical and all that health becomes first before anything. I know it can feel like time is running out and as if there are urgent things that simply can't wait. However, if you keep pushing on, soon fatigue will set in, okay? This way of living isn't sustainable. If anyone continues to race through life, eventually they will reach exhaustion. It will take longer to recover than it would have if they were to rest. I feel like this is also like your current energy and like what his energy was as well. Immune system disorders and mystery illnesses are becoming more common because we're putting too much pressure on our bodies to keep up with the insane instantaneous piece of modern life. No, for real, I was just watching these people like getting all these BBLs and all this other stuff, and like you're really risking your health just for most people who don't even give a damn. You know what I mean? Just to please somebody who just want to hit and quit anyway. You know what I mean? Whether you had a BBL or not. You know what I mean? Like I know some people they it's a low percentage they do it for themselves. But most people they're doing it for other people. So it's like you're rushing through life, you're keeping up with trends, you're keeping up with Joneses, you're comparing your life, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're overworking and all for actually what reason? It's like rest, honey, rest. And then how are you being called to put on the brakes, to rest, restore, rejuvenate? When was the last time you took a holiday or had a full weekend day or afternoon off? Look after your precious body and mind. Give yourself enough time to recover when you find yourself running on your reserves. There's enough time. Life will bend towards you when you do. What is your body yearning for? What's going through health? Yeah. Yeah. So he's probably like, again, like I said, the substances probably was like numbing him, so he wouldn't, you know, feel emotionally. And if there was physical pain, he probably was doing that too. And some people they got to try to steal their, he maybe at times he couldn't afford his medication, he had to steal it just so he wouldn't feel pain or feel this or, you know. I mean, the system do be fucked up sometimes, like no health insurance or bad, not good enough, and you got it. You ever seen the movie John Q? I think his son he had needed a kidney or a heart or something like that, and they like basically you ain't got the money or your insurance, and it's like dang, so he just going, you know what I mean? It's sad. Again, it's not excusable, but it's definitely like sad as well. It says you can manifest your every wish. Spirit is reminding you. Yeah, he just feels again like beating himself up. Feels stupid. I should have fought harder. This that. Yeah, he could have felt like as soon as he made a mistake, it was on Front Street. Or even if it wasn't like on Front Street, maybe it's like certain family members knew and it's like I didn't want them to know kind of thing. Or too prideful to accept their help. It could have been some people who were trying to help him, but it was like too prideful, feeling less of a man. Like, dang, my mom or my sister or this person has to try to like help me find that financially. I should be able to do it on my own, but I can't. And then it's also like regretting those player days. Like I'm over here like getting around and benching and doing this and doing that. Again, it's like past catching up with you. He also could have got like some promises within this like new love or family that he had going on. And it was not the picture he expected. And yeah, he wished he could have got a degree. Wish this, wish that. Some of this stuff is never too late. You think it's late, but I feel like it's never too late. You could be 60 and still get a degree. You know what I mean? That maybe he still feel like, but my daughter is like, not that it's like hating or jealous, very proud of you, but it's like, dang, how my daughter get a degree or learn how to drive or did this and that before me. And sometimes it be like that. Like times has changed. Our generation, we got more resources with the internet to like learn certain things. Them, it took a little a little slower to figure out certain stuff. So I kind of don't blame that. you know, it's like for us, it's a little easy because we got the most things on the internet that it took them times to learn. We could just look at a TikTok video and learn real quick. Yeah. But yeah, you're definitely his golden child. Even though he wasn't really there, like that's what he still sees you as. She want to go back. It's never too late, honey girl. Go and get up in there. Okay. Told you. I seen the lady that was like 66. She just learned how to swim. And I was talking to the other girl about it. She was like, "Girl, I don't know. Once you're too old, don't do nothing." And I'm like, "Girl, it's never too late." She's like, "No, no." I'm like, "Hey, that's your opinion, but I don't know. It ain't never too late. I don't care what nobody say. It's never too late. Like if you still capable and up and running, I feel like go ahead. Like if you ain't on your deathbed, like you should still be able to try." Yeah, he was very homesick. But yeah, he want to heal this. Ten of Cups, Star card, Tower. I think you got a Ten of Cups and a Star card again in the beginning. Me too. I've been thinking about this for like years. Like, I can't wait so she could just like rest. I've been waiting on this for like a minute. Like, I'm still like, where's the big, let me hit a lottery or something because, you know, you don't have to pay a bill ever again. Yeah, I feel like if he had like one piece of advice for you, it'd be like, take care of your body. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's something you hear from him, like if you allow him to. Yes, as your partner is in love with someone else, oh Lord. Is there any other clarity you need? Like any other like areas you feel like I should touch on or haven't touched on? Right. Yeah, same here. Even though it's like unconditional, like it's still like I'm not about to just see you. Like you did. Like she works hard. I can't take that from her. It's not all bad sometimes as I probably was seeing it. Especially when I be looking at some of these other people and what they be going through. Nah, that's terrible. Like dang. It was this one lady. She was in the car with her. I think it was like her boyfriend, and she was smoking with her son in the back seat. Him and her was smoking with her son in the back seat, hot boxing with the baby in the car. I'm like, yeah, maybe I should be a little bit more, grateful and stop complaining. Because that's crazy. Oh, yeah. Especially them 10s, them 12, 14 hours and stuff. No. And baby, you'll get there and it's going to be celebrate. Ooh, ooh, celebrate. Okay, kick her feet up and all. And he just, yeah, he's scared. He don't feel like you going to respect him at all. And you probably won't. But again, it's like something you have to be willing to earn. He's going to have to earn that respect. He really want it. He's going to have to come in and earn it. Maybe he never will earn it. But that doesn't mean you can't, chat if you would allow. We have let go of the past, anxiety. So maybe there's some anxiety you're like working on. We have every hurricane comes to an end. Can't wait to cook that motherfucker, okay? And it's like, even though it's not about the money, he'll probably be coming in like, here's all what I owed and plus more. Okay? Exactly. And not even that it's just how you are, but that's at the end of the day, that's your mom. That's who birthed you. That's who you really connected with those first 9 months in her belly and stuff like that. Like, you know, that's your whole DNA. That's your whole, you know what I mean? That's what you know. And I'm pretty sure y'all twins probably. You know, but yeah, he could have felt like he had to start over numerous times. He probably feel like he's still starting over. Go to China, go here, but he probably don't know that like moving to different places and stuff like that is not the only thing that's gonna help you start over. Like things come from within, and not a lot of people know that. So you could change your name, you could change careers, you could do this, you could do that, but it's within. We got a meeting that will clear the air. Oh, you said you was talking about your dad. Okay, my bad. Right. Oh, that's sweet. That's big of you. But I could still kind of say the same thing. Like some people just be curious. Like, okay, this is my DNA. I still kind of want to know. You know what I mean? Back then, yeah, yeah. It's about that, maturity, growing, realizing different things, accepting things for what it is, not letting people hold power over you. Because when you keep thinking about somebody, especially things that they did, that you say is negative to you, that's still, little do you know, that's still giving power to them. Especially when you're around them and you get that anxiety automatically because you're thinking about the past. And then it's like, it's 9 times out of 10, it's not even personal. It's what they got going on within themselves. Oh, it's like, I'm pretty sure right now it's like all you want to do is move forward. You don't have time to think about who hurt you, what's going on in other people's lives, and all that. Like, you don't have time for it right now, or ever again. You know what I mean? And you heal. You went through those spiritual tests. Yeah, I hope this gave you clarity. Let me know if you need like any more clarity or anything that you feel like I didn't touch on. But it is a touchy one. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. And I did end up crying a little bit, but Leo or Aquarius doesn't really matter his sign, but like I don't know. A little Aquarius did come out, so that's why I was asking. Before October. Hey, me too. My birthday in October. Shit, I'm trying to get out. I'm not talking. Okay, I feel it. Cause it be like that. Like sometimes you gotta heal so you could, I've been talking about certain pains and hurts for years, and I'm like, I can't believe it. Can't believe that controlled me for years. You know what I mean? But when you finally, Tower card, Ten of Cups, Star card. You had the Queen of Cups. Oop. Three of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, Six of Cups, Queen of Wands, the Four of Wands. Ooh, we got yoga. Have you been doing yoga? If not, that could be like really good for you. Yeah, I feel like you're just in this energy of like you're only doing things that like fit you. Yoga can benefit you because it's like helping you, when you get older, your body's probably not going to be so stiff and, it keeps you younger and different things like that. It got so many benefits. So you're probably just focused on things that's benefiting you, not wasting any more time. If it don't make sense, if it don't have a purpose to it, you're like, fuck that. If it's not making you money, if it's not releasing your stress levels, if it's not making you laugh, if it's not, you know, if it's not educating you, if it's not protecting you, you just done. But yeah, the Strength, Five of Cups, Tower. Also, you had the Tower twice. I knew some cards repeated. Queen of Wands, Six of Cups, Eight High Priestess, Page of Pentacles. I mean, Page of Cups. Excuse me. Emperor, Temperance, Hangman, Justice, Full card, and a Hierophant. Okay. Wanna free my mind, clear my mind. What was your other question, love? My bad, it took so long, but I just felt like I want to go a little in depth. I'm getting a no. Like, even if he has like assumptions or you told him, it's like a still like if you told him, it's like I don't, they're not knowing if that's exactly the reason you did it. Like that could have just something you told them. And if you didn't, it could just be like different assumptions that they have, kind of thing. If that makes sense. I don't like this energy. He could have felt like maybe it was like a lot of pettiness going on. Yeah, he got so many assumptions. Like he might have thought someone else gave you the money for it, that you could have had a relationship with. You wanted your freedom, different things, or again things out of spite, which I'm pretty sure you wouldn't do. That's why I said I don't like that energy. Clarify the Chariot and the King of Pentacles. Yeah, he could have also maybe think that like maybe you saw one of your friends do it kind of thing. Maybe this is something that a friend could have convinced you. I feel like he could be like a little scared to like ask or really know, especially if it's because of like him. Like, oh, because you thought I wasn't gonna be anything, or you thought I was broke, or this or that, or you thought it was gonna come out a certain way, or you know, or if you were like basing it off them. Like even if they told you they didn't want, or like they were giving the energy kind of thing, they could have felt like it's like up to you, your body kind of thing. They could have also been wondering if you were trying to like, I don't want to say chase, but it's kind of giving that energy of like chase them. Yeah, right. He also could have been like maybe felt like you were like probably scared to like let family know or stuff like that too. So again, he's like not really sure the reason. He's just like been making, guesses. But again, I also feel like it's like kind of scared to actually know what. because again, if it has anything to do with him, it's not something he wants to really face. Yeah, or maybe that you thought it was were gonna get in the way of your dreams. He might have felt that too. Knight of Swords. Yeah, or maybe the fact that maybe you didn't know him well enough. Maybe things were like a little rushed. He might have felt like you had a good job at the time, or somebody had a good job at the time. Yeah, he might have felt like things would have been different. Um, Maybe if you guys took your time. Hmm. Verify something. Yeah, I feel like even though you didn't go through with this could have still like set him down for a while. Oh, okay. Because I had lost the channeling. I was like, I hate when that happens. Ugh. But it could have been like this energy of like caring but not caring. And it could still be this energy of like not knowing if that was the best or not. He could have felt at the time that you didn't really have a reaction. Maybe you did, but maybe you just didn't show him. So that could have made them feel like things are okay. He said trying to move on, but I can't. Definitely regret how things ended. Yeah. Yeah, because I definitely feel like this like bothers him. Care about what he could have definitely been caring about what other people were thinking about him. Says I don't want you to become like me. He definitely could have felt like he kind of like changed you in some way and not for the better. So it's like again this energy of like nonchalant, but then at the same time feeling bothered by the thoughts and stuff, and then not really sure why you did it, but will probably feel even bad, like even worse, if he knew like he was the reason, kind of thing. Been contacting you a lot from different accounts. Yep. But that's why you think with your brain and not your, you know what. But I do hope that y'all are able to give each other some clarity, and that you will reap some more healing from this. I know some things they say you'll never truly like heal from, and these are maybe one of the things that it's nothing like losing a child or a parent or anything like that. So I'm sorry, huh? But guess what? When you get in heaven, God gonna hand you your baby. I mean, you still connected now. Death is not a disconnection. You know what I mean? It's not even real. I'm starting to really believe it, that it's not real, and we all know we're gonna reconnect. You know what I mean? And you done nothing wrong. This is all about like forgiving yourself, forgiving him, even if it's just for you. I mean, nothing's gonna truly replace it. But been trying to contact you in a dream. Yep. Right. And I feel like it's the same energy. You guys both could be like not really wanting to face, because it's like, what if the other person says something that hurts me, or what if I just break down, or what if this, what if, And sometimes you never know. It's deep conversations are hard, no matter what they're about. Like they're just hard to face. But it's like eventually you just got to go through them, you know, in order to get what you need from it. You don't want to do what I did because I didn't have no type of clarity before he passed, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I'm over here like I don't know what to believe at this point. You know what I mean? I don't know the last things that was running through their mind. It's like, yeah, take time, but don't take too much time. But free will. But death really don't be seeming for real. Because I know energy never dies. I know that much. And I know we can have out of body experiences and stuff. I know certain things you can't take with you when you go, and I know certain stuff. I might not know all the answers, but some of the stuff be making sense. Let me know if you need any more clarity or anything that you feel like I didn't touch on here. But even if it's not what you want to hear or whatever, get that clarity for yourself. So you're not overthinking and like, because our mind can go some of the deepest, craziest places, especially when we don't have clarity from the person, from the source. Not that everybody gives you it, but I do feel like you'll be one of the lucky ones to, get that clarity. And just for him too, like he needs it too. Like his mind is all scattered and going every which way as well. Regardless of how y'all felt at the time, how y'all feel now, what was right, what was wrong. At this point, it's not really about that anymore. It's about the healing and the clarity. Okay, listen to your intuition. Try to tell you, I never lead you astray. Listen to the intuition and all the signs that you get. The list is open for anyone that wants to donate. Buy one, get one, or buy one, get a yes or no free. Yeah, you're fine, huh? If you would like, you can. You have the Emperor, Eight of Cups, Six of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Chariot, King of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, World card, Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, Ace of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, you said today is the day. You must have like an energy shift or something. You said today is the freaking day. I said, oh, you give me all emotional on this good holiday. No, I'm just kidding. I was trying to see if anybody was trying to barbecue. Like, I want some barbecue. But yeah, I finally mustered up the courage to get through my freaking hair. Oh, it was torture. I was almost possessed to cut it off. I was this close. Thank you, love. Who is texting? Hmm. Well, actually, have ever had a conversation with Bob? Well, actually, ever have the talk with Bob? Hey, Sabby, how's it going, love? Okay. Hey, Sabby. So if you could read the title for me, that would be very helpful to both you and I. Thank you. Um, th- I knew this probably was gonna come in because I was thinking it already before I pulled the cards. This is all about free will. This is all about free will. If you want to, I feel like, and it's not to say who's wrong, who's right, and all that, but I think you will be more closed off to having it than him. But it's like that's up to you if you really want to or not. You could heal either way. You know what I mean? You don't have to, but that's up to you if you want to or not. Because I definitely feel like we start off with the 5 of Wands, so we all know what that means. It's like conflict and things like that. Um, I feel like it might be like a defensive or argumentative energy going in, and it would be like a very quick, impulsive energy. Before y'all can even really get to the meats and potatoes and stuff of the conversation, it's already pointing fingers and kind of energy. And that because of maybe it was a lot of hurt in the connection, even outside of just this. So especially if you or him bring up other stuff, you know what I mean, as well, that can also and then heard about it again, right? And then it's like you both being ready at the same time. Again, I do feel like he'll be a little bit more open to it, but you both have like your certain reasons of being a little defensive. So it's also that, like, being in alignment with both being ready at, the certain right time. And who knows, you can go in and be like, I'm ready, are you right now? And if it's like, okay, we both ready, okay, we go in, but we don't go in ready to argue. We don't go in, you know, bringing up stuff that don't really pertain to to what we're really trying to focus on. We're not here to like beat each other down because again, that was in the past. We were young or whatever case may be. So I feel like if you move all that out the way, you probably could really like have a conversation, but it's like really have to get through some thick energy if that makes sense, especially if y'all both have, which I feel like y'all both might have it, like y'all both, it's like wearing a mask and then it's like hearts closed off and it's like brick wall. It's like brick wall and all that, and it's like you gotta punch, you gotta poke, you gotta get through it. So it's like when you both are like in this surrendering energy and this more open heart chakra energy and this more, okay, now I feel like it's safe, they're not gonna judge me and this and that energy and stuff, then it's like that's when you're able to get through and flow through, you know? But it's like when these guards is up and the swords is up and the, talking about the same thing, if it's already been talked about kind of thing, it can get, or trying to force each other to understand. Because sometimes you're not going to always understand the other person's point of view or even agree with it. It's like, I hear you, I'm supportive, but it doesn't mean I have to agree. You know what I mean? So it's like really having that understanding, that underlying understanding, that understanding, And I ain't gonna lie, he could be a smart ass sometimes. I'm hearing what that got to do with me or da da. Da. But you could probably also be a smart ass too. And sometimes two big personalities or smart asses or pride and ego and all that and stuff, it clashes, you know? You might be like, that's why you got a ball spot. Why is this why that? And it's like, now y'all done forgot what y'all came here for. Ah. Oh man. So it's all about willing to sacrifice pride and ego, sacrifice not bringing up stuff that don't even pertain to the subject at hand. It's just sacrificing certain things, and then maybe we could talk about that other stuff later if it's really important. But it's not. This is the important thing, And I'm not saying it's just you, because he could very well be also be like, bring up some stuff, and it's like y'all got to remind each other. Let's focus on the topic, the subject at hand. Like we not talking about that right now. Maybe we can talk about it later. But this is the main thing I came here for. This is the main thing, the main attraction. Okay. Or he loses it trying to flirt or whatever the case may be, and it's like I'm trying to heal. How I'm gonna get to And who knows? It's probably not, because sometimes it's not always nonchalant. He trying to flirt or something. It could just be, again, like it's tough. That could be his way of avoiding, like flirting. Like somebody who's in pain, but they just laugh, laugh and fake laugh and all that, or just like even if it's not a fake laugh, but they just laugh. It's like they don't want to deal with the pain. It's like laugh at my pain kind of thing. It's kind of like that. So it's like y'all both got y'all different like defensive mechanisms, and y'all different how you deal with things, how you heal with things, and that also could be a thing too. Because if it don't look like yours, sometimes you might get a little lost in it, because it's like it don't seem right to you, but that's how they cope with it. It's like I might try to flirt or try to make a joke or try to do that, and then to you it's like that ain't right. Which probably it don't feel right or whatever, and so it's all about like really trying to understand one another, having compassion. This is how I was coping with it. That was how you was coping with it. Oh, okay. you know Me, I went to the bar and drunk and did this, that, and the third. But that's what they did. And I feel like eventually with time, y'all have this energy, you'll start to understand each other more. You'll start to be like, even though it didn't work out or whatever case may be, like, you know, what was that Usher song? We ain't good, good, but we still good. I hated that we ain't some each other. Probably ain't getting back together, but that don't mean I can't wish you well. We ain't good, good, but we still good. Right. And look at that. The Page of Wands is all about pride and ego. Whenever I see that, it could be like a childish energy, a child, pride and ego. You know, it got different meanings. You know, it's depending on what other cards is out here. But yeah, that's definitely like pride and ego. And I'm pretty sure he has some pride and ego, not just with like how he felt, but like with himself. You know, I'm the king. My pull-out game is strong. This, that, the third. And then when it don't work out, you feel some type of way. You know. And like accepting, you know, things of like when at some point in a relationship when you didn't care about stuff or he didn't care about stuff, and it's like you can't force nobody to care kind of thing, and it's like okay, you know, well, you know, I respect it. You ain't truly sorry about this part, and I'm not truly sorry about that part, and sometimes it happens, you know. Who wants a fake apology anyway, you know? And just allowing each other to like be yourselves. It's the best thing you can do is allow someone to be their themselves. Okay, the truth and nothing but the truth. But some people are scared. I kind of don't blame some people now. I'm gonna still be honest, a truthful person, but like it'd be tough sometimes because I mean it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like example, me being a tarot reader, I'm gonna tell the truth, even if it's gonna hurt your feelings and stuff like that. I'm not a sugarcoat tarot reader, and that runs a lot of people away. Hence why one of the main reasons why majority of people aren't you know here now. It can get blunt sometimes, and I try to hold back, but it's like how much holding back can you be? I don't like feeling fake, you know. I don't like pretending, and I'm not telling a lie. But if I see it, I see it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna just make up a fairy tale or story in your reading for you know what I mean. Like it's just I'm not that. I'm sorry. I'm not. But then that means running people off. But then you still have those who are like, don't sugarcoat with me. Tell me the truth. So it's like damned if you don't, damned if you don't. It's just you got to rock with whoever rock with you. You know what I mean? You can't please everybody because some people are gonna appreciate the fact that you hold back to save their feelings, and some people are like, "No, give it to me raw." And that's really more of my style. I want it raw. Like I don't want to be in the loop somewhere just believing whatever. Tell me the truth, okay? Because I feel like being in the loop is gonna hurt you worse because you're gonna hold on to stuff. You know what I mean? Versus you get the truth is more freeing. What they say, the truth will set you free. I believe in that wholeheartedly. The truth will set you free. The lie gonna keep you stuck forever. So I'm pretty sure it is some things that you know you probably thought he should have really cared about that he probably didn't care about. But he'll tell you if you let him. Like this, for example, and some people, it's just some people have different opinions. Like this one girl, it was with her father. She was like, you know, basically telling him like, "I love you," but they didn't really know each other. He wasn't really there in her life. He didn't say it back. Matter of fact, he did. He's like, "I love you," I guess. She was really hurt by that. Now some people was like, "That's wrong," da, da, da. And some people was like, I mean, technically he didn't know her to love her. You know what I mean? People have different, you know what I mean? Whether somebody else think it's right or wrong, it's like there's different perspectives and opinions and feelings and all that other stuff in the world. Like everybody's their own individual. And sometimes people get tied up thinking that the same energy they have or put out, the other person should be like that too. But that's not really always the case. Yeah, I definitely understand that. Not saying it's she shouldn't be, but again, just saying like some people have different, perspectives. I can also understand that like he probably didn't feel a certain way because they didn't know each other. You know what I mean? So technically, it's kind of like a lie. I mean, with anybody you don't know, you're not gonna really, you know what I mean? So I definitely feel like I understand like both, like not to say I would have said that to somebody or that I think it's right, but I do understand it, is what I'm saying. Should it be men that I just started dating or friends and stuff, and it's like, oh my gosh, I love you, and I'm looking like I don't know you. You know what I mean? But with me, of course, if I have a child, I'm gonna love it automatically, and I'm gonna be in their life. You know what I mean? He just wasn't really shit, but at the same time, logically, it was kind of correct. You don't know them to have that. You know what I mean? You didn't really have much of an attachment, is what I mean. Right. Right. They say that, women care first and then men most of the time care a little later. Some don't care at all. Some care and then you care later. I mean, it really just depends on that. Again, individual, how they see the world, their upbringing, like everything plays a part. Like what's serious to you might not really be serious to someone else. It doesn't always technically mean that they're wrong or they're evil or something like that. Sometimes it's really just indifference. Sometimes it is really wrong, but sometimes it could be like a lot of miscommunication or a lot of misunderstanding because people have different perspectives. But if you only see the world a certain way that you see it, it's kind of hard to see it the way the other person sees it. That's why it's like it's good to put yourself in people's shoes, because I can admit that I would be mad at certain people like, oh, y'all never invite me out, y'all leave me out, da da da. And I heard from like maybe like two people, it's like not everything, well, not really not everything is about you, but it's more so like, oh, I'm not about to chase after you, or like, I mean, you don't come to us either. It work both ways, and blah 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 blah. And I had to come to that realization that like sometimes, yeah, I do be like not like I don't really reach out to people and initiate anything. To be honest, maybe a few times out of my life, but other than that, it's like people are always coming to me, and I had to get out of my own head and realize my own head and my own feelings or whatever the case may be, my own isolation in my own zone to realize that like I ain't really reaching out, initiating nothing either for real, for real. To be honest, there's most people coming towards me, but it could just be that I was used to like attracting people, or whatever the case may be. But it's like yeah. Sometimes it's not the other person. It could be so much stuff. But when you don't really communicate, when they say communication is key, then again, it's a lot of things for you to think about until you really go to that person and see what's up. And I was most likely depressed and stuff, so that's why I wasn't really coming to people. And then it's like, oh, nobody's coming, da da da. But it's like at the same time, I wasn't really coming. You know what I mean? I had a cousin complaining now, saying nobody mess with her, but it's like, girl, I reached out a few times, you didn't answer back. I'm not gonna chase you. And I feel like honestly, at one point, I had that energy. It's like, okay, people ain't gonna chase you like that. You gotta put in some effort too. Sometimes we're just wrapped up in our heads that we think we're putting out a certain energy, but sometimes maybe we aren't. But yeah, I definitely feel like y'all will get to a point where it's like, okay, I feel betrayed by this, I feel betrayed by that, you know. This whole time I thought you were thinking this way, or this whole time I thought this was going on. It's like, no, that wasn't going, you know. There's a lot of clarity that you can get, you know, if you're lucky enough to get, because again, some people don't give you clarity, but you're lucky enough, you talk to that person and figure it out instead of overthinking, you get there. He could have felt like throughout his whole life, he never was making decisions for himself. He could also have a problem with that too, not just with you, but like with his parents and stuff like that. Not saying it's excusing things, but he could just feel like he never really made decisions for himself. It was always what somebody thought was best for him, or kind of thing. It could have been times that maybe he would like believe in God and he don't, and like just really like wrestling with himself. Yeah, he could feel like certain people was too busy for him. We have you and your loved ones are saved moon and cancer. Yes. Hold your vision, fixed moon. Yes. You want a new friendship or relationship? We have in a few weeks. So what is exactly your vision? Like how do you want certain things to turn out? Do you want him to reach out first? Do you want to reach out? Are you open and willing to be the first one to reach out and talk about it? Or I don't know if you already did. Are you willing to do it again? Like what is besides like maybe not being ready could be like holding you back if there's something like. But yeah, that's pretty much what I was getting. Let me know if you need anything else. And you said you had a fun question after this. Yeah, he's been reaching, but has he been reaching for that particular situation or just reaching out? Like, do you want him to be the first one to bring that up? Is what I'm saying. Or or does it not matter which one of you start that? He has the Six of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Hangman, Five of Wands, Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles, World card, Page of Swords, Ten of Swords, Emperor, Hierophant, Page of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, a Star card. Been ignoring him, so you probably don't really know exactly what he's trying to say. However you feel like it's comfortable to you. However you want to bring it up. However you feel led or drawn. You know, sometimes things aren't always going to be perfectly said. You just, it's all about just starting and getting it started, you know? You know, maybe you want to take something to be loosened up. Well, that's probably not the best advice, but I mean, you got to, do what you can do. You know, some people, let me take a little shot, or let me take some CBD oil, or let me meditate before, or it's going to be healthier ways. It don't have to be like take a shot, but it could be anything. Pray to God about it before you do it, whatever. Go for a walk, take a deep breath, whatever. And again, it's like I'm ready to talk about this. Are you ready? I really want some clarity and closure. I'm pretty sure that you do too. I don't know. Sometimes it's not always the perfect words. Hey Tony, hope all is well. I'm fine. How are you? Are you okay? And then lead into it. I don't know. Do you think that if this would have went on, this would have went on? I don't know. Can we talk? Yeah. That's why you ignore that and be like, this is what. Remember, I said you stay on subject and topic. You might have to redirect. That's when you redirect them. Like, I want to talk about this and stuff. Like, I want to, can you be serious? This is what, I want to talk about. Like, I know this is you behind a fake account. Come on out. Nah. Come out of hiding. Come on out. Hey, Tony. So this is a buy one, get a free yes or no. So in order to get a free yes or no, you have to purchase a reading. And you can even go as my lowest price is $3.33 for a time frame. So even if you purchase that, you still get a free yes or no along with it. I hope that gave you clarity. But yep, it says it in the title. Buy one, get a free yes or no along with. Okay, focus on the topic. Okay. Redirect. I know all about, trust me, as much home health aid and stuff I did, it's a lot of redirection. No, I'm not monetized for Super Chat. I only have PayPal, Cash App, and what was the other one? Chime. PayPal and Chime. Yep, I seen that energy. You probably get irritated and walk off. But again, it's like remembering what you came for. You're gonna get it. Like if it was $1,000,000, you came for $1,000,000, but somebody had irritated you, you ain't just gonna stop. You're gonna go ahead and proceed to get that $1,000,000. Act like that's the scenario. You better put a what's that little vanity thing that they be putting right there? You better do that. Have a whole bunch of clothes on. Okay, sit a little far apart, all kind of stuff. uh, don't have anything that tempt or entice or nothing. Be in a public area probably, or because you probably don't want people in your business or anything like that. But it could be like a little bit public, but it's still a little bit private area. Or maybe you could have a mediator, somebody who ain't really listening in or don't judge or you trust them or something like that. I'm on my period. I mean, many ways. If it's gonna be in person, but if it's gonna be online, it might be a little easier. But I'm pretty sure you probably want that in person clarity. Okay, so don't want to get that eye contact. Do you trust yourself? Do you trust him? You probably don't trust him, but do you trust yourself? Okay, so far as hell. No, but a mediator probably would be like, well, I don't know, because then that might, I don't know. We don't want nobody uncomfortable with a mediator, so. But I don't know. If you did have a mediator, maybe tell them to put some headphones in. They could just be there. They don't have to like really be talking with y'all or anything like that, but just, in case anything serious or excoriation or anything needs to go on. Because if you once you sexually attract to somebody, I mean, that's hard. They fine and all that. You got that sexual chemistry. That's not easy to break. Well, I won't say. I don't know. Sometimes it's not really that easy to break. But I mean, if it's been like years and what I mean, it could be a little easy to break. It might not really affect you. But if it's still some type of attachment and stuff you got going on towards them and stuff, then it might not be that easy to break. So I guess it just depends. Sometimes it's like despite what went, despite if they hurt you or not, that's all you're thinking about. That's all that's all you probably want and need. That's in the moment. It happens. It's like, yeah, even if they broke my heart or this one on or whatever case may be, like, dang, it's good. And it's like you got to self control. Oh snap! Pool party, hey. Exactly right. I don't know. Maybe we need to replace it. Has that been your best? Because sometimes it's just that. Like, that's been the best you had so far. Until you get something else that, then it's like, okay, yeah, I'm off you. Or it could be a part of, like, your celibacy. Sometimes it's like you don't necessarily want it, but, maybe you need it a little bit because you're celibate. Whatever the case may be. But, like, it ain't easy sometimes, depending. But connected. Yep, that makes sense. Because sometimes it's like that connection, having that chemistry and stuff, you know. Because I've had some without the connection, and I had some with the connection. And with the connection, it's definitely better. Because it's like more intimacy. But still, if you ain't had nothing to top that, will Ashley's pool party go good Saturday? Right, but I'm saying like if you don't have another connection that's also deep with good stuff, because it's not just one person that you can have a chemistry and like a connection with. It's not just one person on Earth that you can have a deep, connection with. Maybe some more than others, you know what I mean. But it still doesn't mean like that's the only person that you can connect with on an emotional level, if that makes sense. Maybe he could have been the ultimate. I don't believe personally, but you know, hey Tony. So if you can clarify if you sent that through Cash App, PayPal, or where'd you send it? Yeah, sometimes it takes time. Because it's you're building love. You're not really falling in love. You're building it. So I'm pretty sure you probably spent quality time with them, on them for years or something like that. Or again, you just had certain experiences with them that you haven't had with other people. Yep, I got it. Thank you, Tony. I'll have you right after Ashley here. Right, so you don't want to cut your, because if things don't work out with him, that's basically cutting yourself off, saying that that's the only deep connection that you know what I mean? Hell, love is from yourself too. Love is from your children. Some people think only your children should get the unconditional love. Yeah, I thought you would probably never get over. You always will get over. Even if you doesn't mean you don't still have love for the person. You can still have love for the person, but still be able to move on too at the same time. Some people think you can't like separate the two, but you can. It means like it doesn't mean like you move on and it's like, oh, we never loved and da da da. It doesn't mean that. It just means you were able to move on. It's not healthy to not be able to move on. You know what I mean? But anyways, the pool party. The pool party. Got the cars out. Oh Lord, I'm getting a no. I feel like you're gonna walk away from this pool party. I love this, and you know what? Even though it's a no, I love this energy. Yep. When you love yourself more, you realize again, even when you love yourself more, you might notice that like you probably still love them, but you probably love them a little less because you love yourself more. If that makes sense. But yeah, most terrible relationships we get in is because we don't love ourselves. You know, that's something I kind of always knew, but something I really came to terms with, and it makes so much of a motherfucking sense. The reason why you accepting that shit, I'm sorry, no offense, is because you needed to work on more self love. It still don't take away from the experiences and the love or whatever the case may be that you had with them, but it does take away that you didn't have to accept that. Now, had you loved yourself, 9 times out of 10, most people that you gave a chance to wouldn't even got a chance. You know what I mean? you might be kicking you might be kicking people out or you're leaving. I don't know. Because with the Eight of Cups, this is a leaving energy. That's why I was like leaving. But if it's your shit, then of course you're kicking people out. So definitely if that's the case, then it's like you're shutting shit down and ending it. But you know why I love this energy is because you're so much in control. Like in the past, maybe you would have been like, oh, this is not really going right. But it was like maybe you were like still trying to be nice or walking on eggshells or accepting your fate and all that. But now you're like, no, this is gonna turn out how I wanted it to, no matter, you know what I mean? I'm about to get this back up and running. You know what I mean? Like this is not how it's about to go down. This is not how you wanted it to turn out at all. So that's why I love the energy because it's like the OG probably would just sit in the background and just let it been a shit show. But now it's like it's not about to be a shit show. He's not about to be a shit show, okay? If I wanted like a shit show, I would have went back to this certain X, or I would have done this, I would have done that if I wanted it to be that. Like you're starting off with the Five of Cups, it's like you're in a sad energy, but you're not in it for long. Because you're waking up, you're consciously aware, you're realizing you're like, this is not about to be that. Look at that. You got needs and wants. And if it's not looking like it's about to equal up to that, you're like, yeah. And you're not afraid to say it either. Like, get the, it's giving that, what was that song by Ari Lennox, Apartment? Even if it's not your first apartment or your first place or whatever case may be, it could be hell. It could be an Airbnb. You still pay for it. It's your, whatever it is. It's like it's your shit. It's my party, whatever. So it's like you got that right. Maybe in the past they're like, oh, you don't got the right, or again, I want to be nice, or again, just accepting your fate. You're not accepting. You're in control of the fate. Okay. Look at that. We have yes, it's possible, but it's only possible because you're gonna make it possible. Now, had you not told him to get out or anything, like it would just be looking like a dang on clown circus up in there. It's like you didn't come to the pool party to babysit. You didn't come for drama. You didn't come for none of that stuff. So you're like, get on out. You didn't. Ooh, you might come across a Karen. You didn't come for Karen or none of that. But you might not kick. The energy is giving me. You might not kick everybody out, but just the people that kind of ain't really like getting a memo, or they didn't come with the right dress code, or they didn't. Yeah, you not playing. The old you probably would. Nope. I told her everybody seen it in the group chat. Everybody knew to wear, I'm just making an example, white. Or everybody knew to bring something. Everybody knew this. Everybody knew I didn't want nobody to be late. Everybody knew I didn't want no drama. Everybody knew, especially if you gave a pre-warning, you're really pissed and like, no, get out. Because I told people 3 times, 4 times. I told it in the message. I told it in the group chat. I told it on this place. I told it before the party started. You know what I mean? It's like, Say no put your house. So yeah, my folks stuff. Okay, period. Y'all breaking glasses, get the fuck out. Again, I don't feel like it would be everybody, but some people, it might be like a 3 or 4 people might stay. The rest of y'all gotta go. Look at that. You are beautiful. Look too good for this. Be cautious of fake friends. Yep. All the fakes gotta go. Ooh. So yeah, once that happens, then you'll be back. I feel like it could be energy like you're enjoying, and then all the shit bullshit start going on. You kick them out, and then you're back to enjoying. So it might be like a little pause, and it's like y'all got me messed up. Get out. Some people it might not even be because of drama. It could just be that they dirty. Yeah, you can't get in the pool. Sorry, you gotta go. I gotta speak up. I'm sorry. It's not going down. It's just not going down like that. Yep, you look too good. I mean, even if you were just in some normal pajamas, the energy is still not wanted or accepted. Okay, access denied. Oh man, you didn't speak when you came in. You just went to the refrigerator. You did this. You gotta go. It is what it is. Simple as that. But I see like it's some okay, couple girlfriends, fine guys, all snap. They doing all kind of tricks, flipping in the pool. Okay, it's like they showing they a. Yeah, I'm hearing what happened at this pool party stays at the pool party. Somebody might be drinking liquor from their nose. I mean, y'all doing all kind of crazy wild stuff. But it's like for you, as long as it's fun, everything's cool. When soon somebody step out of line, get out of line, you're like, you gotta go. And your auntie is right behind you. Yeah, whatever she said. She said what she said. I really feel like she probably would say that. Like once you're kicking the people out and stuff, and they're leaving the door, she's like, yeah, she said what she said. Going on, kicking them out like rats. I'm so weak. And everybody is like taking a million pictures of you. I love this energy. You might have a picture in the pool, and it's. I told you. Remember, I told you in the last reading, your picture is gonna turn out fire, honey. I want to see him shit. Yes. A couple neighbors might be mad, but fuck them. Don't get your money wet. I'm also feeling like that too. You get in the pool, got your money in your bra and all that. Don't get your money wet. Put it in a very, very safe place. Yeah, because some people might just be stepping on stuff. They didn't take their shoes off. They fucking up the cake and stuff. Y'all gotta go. So you get here at 8:50, you still leaving at 9. Okay, period. 10 minutes of fun. Yes, thank you. I really do hope you. Dang, I wish I could be there. Cause honey, I'm trying to tell you, you'll have so much fun. We had so much fun. I'm a fun drunk, except for one drink. Don't give me that one, otherwise it ain't fun. But other than that, I'm a fun, friendly drunk. I mean, I'm a fun, friendly person in general, but like, no, for real. Especially with the number two. You ain't doing no number two here. Or somebody's trying to get all kind of music requests. Like it, you know, the most music requests go to the birthday girl. Chill out. Yeah, y'all might do like a who can change the fastest challenge. It's despite these people getting kicked out and a little pause, it's gonna be real fun. It's just a quick little, it might take like 15 minutes for all this stupid shit, and then it's like you're back to fun. Said Joanna's G hollering Tony, get it or smoke in a car, okay? You better get all your smokes in before you come. So again, that's crazy because I think I kind of did see that the Ace of Wands can be symbolized as a blunt. Okay, don't try to be sneaky or nothing like that. Don't try to go hide by the bathroom or hide somewhere else. No, like respect. Okay, like respect it like this was your home. So y'all might that's might how y'all tell it to them like if this was your home, like you come on now, do it like you wouldn't want nobody standing on no couch or ashing on no couch or sneaking and smoke when they know I ain't supposed to and doing this and doing that. Come on now, breaking glass. Come on now, you just reckless. You out of line. Yeah, I feel like y'all could be like really treating this as like a I'm seeing it could be like a shot glass table kind of thing, and it's like y'all standing in even though y'all don't really have to stand in line, but it's like y'all making very much creative fun out of it. I feel like it was like six of y'all. I bet it was still a little good times though, and y'all learned from it. Sure, I remember my mama and my aunt, my godmom busted up my 19th birthday party. You know what? I'm not even gonna talk about that. But and y'all all could be laughing because by the end of the night, all y'all hair probably gonna be looking crazy. Yours might still be looking good though, but hmm, it's definitely gonna be a night to remember, honey. Even down to the kicking people out. I mean, this is the story you're gonna be able to keep on telling and tell to your kids and all. And it's like the songs hitting even harder. Y'all feeling the songs even harder. And y'all just going along with the flow. Songs y'all don't even know is you gonna know it. Y'all twerking to whatever song come on. Hey, it's getting twerked to. It could be a heartbroken country song or something. You still, hey, okay, 34 inches. uh, Somebody might break a nail. It's going down for sure. Y'all could be pretending that like, oh, if I was on stage with Chris Brown or this person, this is what I would do. Y'all might like be demonstrating on each other, like just really having a ball. I feel like. Let me see. It might be my mom. Let me see. Oh, yep, it is mine. I'm gonna put it on in a minute. Thank you, Tony. Sometimes I hear it and it won't register or register a little later. Somebody trying to squeeze in somebody's clothes. Oh Lord. Yeah, y'all can have like little fun signs up like beware of the party, this, that, and third. I just feel like the decorations. Dang, you want to send me the decorations too, because I feel like those are gonna be really good too. I'm still actually reading, so whenever I'll call your name. I'm still in the middle of a reading. I mean, you can still post it in advance if you want, but again, when I call your name, then that's when I'm ready for you. Yeah, I'm heard something about a birds and the bees question. Yeah, because remember I was like, you could have fun, like, because I feel like you're helping, even though you shouldn't or something. Maybe you just want to help with the decorations. Like people are probably gonna tell you like, rest, chill, like we don't even want you to see, and you're like, I want to do it. Like I want to be a part of all the process, especially if you feel like, oh, I ain't gonna be doing that anyway. I want to be a part of the decoration process too. Yeah, and I'm hearing clean up after yourselves. They're gonna have them clean up before they go too. You better leave no trash, nothing behind. And also, I feel like y'all might not be accepting any sad energy either. Like people who want to like cry over their boyfriend. Well, y'all might accept a little bit of that, but if you trying to stay on that topic for too long, it's like, okay, we trying to have fun. Or you trying to talk about anything extra sad. It's like, okay. Oh, I was talking about it Sunday. Okay, yes. Y'all might have like some type of gum challenge. I don't know what this, but this seems very fun. Oh my gosh. Y'all might be splitting up of like who's single and who not, having different games for like who's single, who not single, who's this, who that, pretending like you're pregnant. Oh Lord, this thing is very. I want to go see. Be careful. Drinks might be getting mixed up. Like, dang, was that your drink or my drink? Or maybe somebody keeps knocking your drink down. I don't know if it's on purpose or accident, but quit knocking my drink down, okay? But yeah, I feel like some of this stuff is like y'all just experimenting and trying like new games and new things. You know, y'all could be tired of the same. Maybe it's like certain games that y'all usually always play or Forever 21. I mean, I said Forever 21. 21 questions or Truth Dare or stuff. It's like we switching it up. Okay, y'all switching it up. But I hope they gave you clarity. You got the Queen of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Ace of Swords, King of Cups, Ten of Cups, Ten of Swords, the Knight of Swords, Ten of Swords. So Nine of Swords and Ten of Swords. Ace of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, the Sun card, Knight of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, the Tower, because you're kicking them out. Six of Swords, World card, King of Wands, Judgment, and the Temperance. Okay, I wish I was there too. You don't like dancing in front of your brother? Well, don't look, turn away. Exactly. Got to bring something, baby. Don't be empty-handed now. Don't just bring your smokes. I mean, you ain't supposed to be smoking away. And if you're gonna bring something to drink, make sure it's a big bottle, not a little one. Oh man, gotta love good energy. Gotta love it. Gotta love a party. I mean, especially with people you really vibe with, mess with. Nobody's judging. All right, Tony. Let's see. Oh Lord, that's a crazy deep question. Before that, did you want to do your time frame question? Ugh, I hate when I get stuttery and stuff because what you purchased, what you donated for, was a time frame. So I don't know if you want to do that first or do that after. Y'all gotta read what y'all donating for. So basically, the time frame, we're basically, focusing on the time. So say, for example, your question is like, when will John or when will Melissa reach out to me? I'm basically trying to pick up on that time that they will reach out to you. So if I pick up September 14th in 2026, that's basically what sometimes other information comes out and I'll let you know, whether it's feelings or anything like that, but it's mainly focused on a time frame. So it's basically like questions that you already kind of know, like you already probably feel like this person is going to reach out to you. You just don't know when, and I'm helping you know that when. So yeah, I don't know if you want to do that first, or that after your other question. You're welcome, Ashley. Thank you. You want to answer the question first? Okay. Let me make sure. Let me see what percent am I on. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to throw my phone on the charger. You're probably not gonna be able to see my background for a minute, but I'd rather you not see my background than it to go dead on you, okay? So I'm gonna hook my phone up real quick so we can stay in contact. This phone never really stays charged. It is kind of like an old phone, but I had got it because I thought my other phone was broke. And then shortly after I got this one, I found out my phone wasn't really nothing wrong with my phone. So, but it's kind of good because I can go live on this phone and talk to you guys on this one too at the same time. So it was kind of for a reason. All right. Let me know if you can still hear me, hon. Yep, I hate that. Just thought you had it going. Like, ooh, I'm gonna be at that 100%. And look up, you only got 5%. Right. Oh man. All right, so let me scroll back up to your question. I get a good old accurate in here for Tony, please, Spirit. Thank you. Good old accurate in here for Tony, please, Spirit. Thank you. Yes or no? Make it very clear for us. Thank you. Tony would like to know. You said you could still hear me, right? Tony would like to know if their Scorpio friend that they want to be more friends with, if they have a crush or a romantic interest or so, and if she is sleeping with their brother. So for Tony, is their Scorpio friend that they're interested in sleeping with their brother? For Tony, is their Scorpio friend that they're interested in sleeping with his brother? Is Tony's Scorpio friend sleeping with Tony's brother? I hope not. So on serious questions, I like to take a little bit, like real serious questions, I like to take a little time and make sure I clarify it more than once. Because I like to be accurate. Ooh, not the cards coming out like that now. Ooh. I'm getting a no, but there is a but. I feel like there is some interest, even though right now nothing is going on. And I feel like it's an energy of not wanting to hurt your feelings. But it hurts your feelings anyway, right? So the answer is no, but in the future, there could be a possibility. I heard you're way too blessed to be stressed. There's something out there better for you, honey. And they both know this. Listen to your intuition. Yep. As soon as I said that, I felt the Two of Swords gonna come out. That's one of the intuition cards. I'm sorry, huh? But like I said, it's better out there for you. You don't want nobody that doesn't want you. You don't want no second sloppy second. You don't want no messy. You don't want that energy. I'm pretty sure it's not worth it. Unless you feel it's worth it, but I don't think that's worth it. You shouldn't have to compete or fight, or it's not even really a competition because again, I just feel like it's a they both know kind of a waiting energy and don't want to tell you right now to hurt your feelings right now, and that's not cool. I don't like that energy. Hey, Vince Way, what's going on, love? Everyone, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Make sure to read the title. It helps me and you. Mm, mm, Shut up, alarm. I don't need you right now. But the good thing is that she isn't like your girlfriend. So it's like, that would be kind of messed up if she was, your girlfriend, and that would be disloyal, you know. But being that this is just like a friend that you have interest in, and it's kind of, free game. Unless you talk to her brother knows that you're interested in this person. I feel like she's way too curious about him. Oh Lord. She's playing with fire. He's probably what she wants. You're probably more so what she needs. You're so more of what she probably needs, but she wants him. Can you hear me now, hon? Yeah, it's time to take action in one areas. Let me read that. I think that's page 42, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. The flame is lit. A wonderful new start beckons, and you're on the right track. Drawing this card is a super positive sign that there's something you want to happen in your life. Take this card as a big yes from the universe. This is time to really tune into your dreams. You may still have a long way to go, but you're on your way. Determination, self-assertion, and bravery are called for, but the hot fire of Aries is driving you towards success in whatever endeavor you're asking about. Are either of you or your brother fire signs? Leo Aquarius. I mean, not Leo Aquarius. Leo Aries Sagittarius. Or this could talk about the fiery energy between the two of them. We have the caution. The caution, don't go too fast and forget your manners. Treat people well as you charge towards your goals. Ah, you're Aquarius. You'll create much better karma for yourself. Don't even think about giving up. Do your best and be happy with that. Avoid being brash right now. You need a 12-month plan. Clarify something for me. Yeah, because I feel like she definitely could have had some interest in you at first until she like met him kind of energy. But again, this is up to you, free will. I don't really advise, but I feel like you could be like strong onto her. Like you might not want to give up. So with that being said, you'll probably have to really set your intentions to pull her kind of thing. Because it's kind of like a may the best man win energy. And I think that's why she kind of has a little regret and wants to be loyal with the Queen of Cups energy. But at the same time, it's like she's feeling pulled over there too. And it's kind of messed up to say, but she might have felt like, wish she never met him because she wants to stay loyal. But then, you know, even though she don't necessarily need to stay loyal because she wasn't your girlfriend, but she could still feel kind of like a little obligated to be loyal to you out of respect of being your friend. But she could just be wishing like, dang, I wish certain qualities that he had, you had kind of energy. But she said she only want exactly because she's looking elsewhere. That's why. And there's probably some things to get her to start seeing a little bit more than friendship, but you don't want to force anything. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, like if it's the looks, it's not really much you can do about that. If that makes sense. Yep. Again, she likes her cake, eat it too, kind of thing. I know it's mostly men that do that, but also women do that too. You know. But again, that's not really fair to you. The only way it'll be fair to you is if you truly deep down accept it and took no issue or offense to it. You know what I mean? But if that's something that's gonna bother you and trigger you and make you feel some type of way and hurt for years and stuff, then you probably shouldn't try to continue to pursue her. You know. So it's really up to you. Like all this is in your hands. The ball is in your court. But like I said, I do feel like you're very strong on her. So I'm pretty sure you're not gonna give up that easily. Or any other man. Yes, that's what I mean. Because I feel like, I'm sorry, no offense, he probably is like whatever, and she's also kind of like, I got a little loyal to you, but at the same time, this is what I want, and I kind of can't control myself. You know, and we all have free will, and we all don't have to live the life that everybody thinks we should live. You know what I mean? So that's why I was saying like, if this is something that's not gonna bother you, and whatever the case may be, you're a certain alpha man that you think you are, then hey, that's your life. Nobody should judge you for that. But I would probably suggest not to, if it's again gonna trigger you, gonna bother you, whether now or down the line. Because no offense, I don't think she's like all that into you, or really gonna, even if she gives you a chance, I don't think she's always gonna be focused on you. And again, like I said, some things you just can't change or force anybody to. You can't force somebody to like you back. You know what I mean? Or feel the same way that you do. Because sometimes it's like this person loves the other person more, or the woman loves the man more, the man loves, depending on who's ever relationship. You know what I mean? But it's just not nothing that you can force. Yeah, and I'm sorry, it's kind of giving nice guy finish last kind of energy is what it's giving. And if you don't want to, you don't have to be the nice guy that finish last. Okay? If you're okay with that position, cool. If not, you don't have to be. What would you be screwing up? A friendship? What can you really screw up? You know what I mean? What would you? Because I'm not seeing much of a chance. So what would you really be screwing up? Ace of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, I think she's looking. She friend zoned you. She's looking more for more attraction, and that's physical. But she might see, attraction in, maybe your brother or other men. She's looking for that attraction here. That's why. That's what's holding her back. But she does feel like you're a nice guy. She could be very dominant. Nothing's wrong with being dominant, but I think she has like a dominant energy here. And that's true. She is picky. So I definitely feel like this is the energy of like having to accept her for who she is, being like open, like and having multiple choices, you know, like in that physical attraction, having things her way. I mean, do you really think you're not handsome? I mean, there's some people out there in the world that would think you're handsome, even if she doesn't. That's why I say it again. Like, if you want more than this, I wouldn't, pursue her. But if you're really that stuck, and this is what you really want, that's your free will. But I highly don't suggest it. You know, as a bodyguard, do you think you're worth more than just a bodyguard? It's really all about like your worth and what you really truly want and what you really truly are gonna accept and what you're okay with. Because again, it could be a woman out there that does find you attractive and doesn't just a friend or a bodyguard or a nice guy that finished last or a guy that's you know like I mean you could still be a because men are supposed to protect, like and nothing wrong with that energy. But if that's just it and she doesn't want you, then that could be a problem. You know what I mean? And I really do feel like it's like a you know she would probably only give you a chance just because of that nice energy, or I've known you, or I feel obligated to be loyal to you, even though I don't necessarily, because we never been together. You know what I mean? It will hurt, and I feel like it's a potential. Even though this hasn't happened yet, there could be a potential in the future that it will happen. I'm just being honest. But I always say listen to your intuition because your intuition is going to tell you more than anybody else can tell you. Like it's your intuition, it's your life. You're always going to know more, you know. But I'm pretty sure you're already feeling like you're listening to everything that she's saying and you're taking it in. Okay, she just want to be a friend. She just want. It's not like you're ignoring what she said and being. I don't think you're delusional. Like you're hearing what she's saying. You're just hoping for more. But honestly, I don't really think you'll get the more. Even again, if she gives you a chance, I think she'll still have the wondering eye, the wondering heart, the you probably will get cheated on energy. And again, if you want better than this, is definitely a woman that's gonna love to cook for you, think you're attractive, doesn't just want you as a friend or a bodyguard, want to tend to your needs just as well as you're tending to hers, thinking that you're the man of her dreams kind of thing. Because I'm sorry, no offense, I don't think she's thinking of you as like man of dreams. Doesn't mean you have to like if you choose to cut her out. Doesn't mean you have to cut her out completely. You can still have a friendship, but not no longer seek like more. You know what I mean? And sometimes looks grow on you, so I don't think the looks will grow for her. But sometimes looks does grow on people. King of Cups, Five Cups. So that, again, it comes down to your free will. Like I was saying earlier, you see when I was reading earlier, again, you accept certain stuff based on how you love yourself at the current time. You know what I mean? So if you want for more for yourself, then it probably takes a little bit more self love. Yeah, as a friend, it's not bad. I mean, you can still fantasize, and no, it's not a crime to fantasize. Nobody even have to know about your fantasy. You know what I mean? It's not a crime, you know. But I'm pretty sure. My thing is, what really attracted you to her? Was it mainly because maybe she smoked? Is she smoking hot? Maybe it was that. But she ain't the only smoking hot woman in the world. But maybe it's more than that. What's really got you hooked on her? You know what I mean? Because that could be very well the thing that's keeping you stuck. Yeah, get your stuff out there. Like if you're in the house all day, all you do is go to work and come home. You're not really gonna meet nobody like that. You have to get out. Ooh, she got a good accent. I know that. Hey, I'm with you on that. That it will get you weak in the knees. See me, I like a man with a southern accent. It turns me on. Like, but you gotta still have a good character. You can't just have a southern accent but then be an asshole. You know what I mean? So it takes more than that. But that'll definitely get your foot in the door. You know. Always out, but it's hard. Okay, so you're always out. Are you approaching women? Are you looking your best? Are you, it's certain things. Is your head up and not looking down? Social anxiety, exactly. Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it for real. You got to let that go. What you want more? Your dream life, dream woman, or to keep claiming this social anxiety? Because I definitely done dealt with it and stuff like that, but I realized like claiming that and keep holding on to that and letting it affect my life is not going to get me anywhere at all. Okay, at this point it's like I'm too old to be shy, I'm too old to be having social anxiety, I'm too old to be keep on making excuses and hold myself back and self-sabotaging, overthinking, being insecure. Like we all have insecurities. We all gonna look either good or bad to someone. Not everybody has to think we look attractive, and not everybody thinks we're ugly. You know what I mean? That's why I say it's always somebody for somebody. It's because one person don't find you attractive doesn't mean, to get you. I'm sorry, but I definitely know a lot of people that can relate to that. It's a lot of people with, having a sibling, especially one that everybody compares you to. Like that's what happens with most people. Like people compare them to their siblings. Even twins get compared. You know, it's like, oh, that twin look better. I don't know why that is, but it just happens. And yes, it's hurtful and it's a thing, but eventually you get over it. Eventually it's like, hey, it's either you want me or them. You know what I mean? And you let that person go. You don't try to force them your way or anything like that. Thought she was different. I'm sorry. Yep. You'll think sometimes that somebody is different. I've been there. Trust me. I relate. I've been there. Because, most of these guys ain't real. They'll sleep with your cousin. They'll do this, that, and the third. And I'm thinking I met a guy and I'm like, oh. I even told him, I was like, dang, I thought you was different. But nope, he pretty much did the same thing, my exes did. It be like that sometimes, but it doesn't mean like everybody in the world is out to get you or use you or you'll never find anything. No. Keep going. It's all about keep going until you get there. Don't stop. Don't settle. Nope, it shouldn't make you feel insecure. Everybody got, even Beyonce, you got some people who aren't into her. Chris Brown, you got some people who aren't into them. It's okay. Like not everybody in the world is gonna like you or find you attractive, even if you like them. You know what I mean? Some people get that thing of I like them and automatically think that this should be mutual or it is mutual, and it's just not the case sometimes. You know, it's okay. You got to get over rejection sometimes. But yeah, confidence is attractive. It might sound harsh, but like when you're insecure, it's not really attractive. But being confident is. But it's not to say you can just get over it overnight. I understand it. I understand it wholeheartedly because I dealt with insecurity myself, and I'm now just getting in a place of being more confident about myself. But society will do that to you because they got all this society beauty standards, and especially for women. We get it the worst. Like men, sometimes y'all can just be ugly or quote unquote ugly, but with women, we gotta fix up. But then you could also argue a point that we could get to fix up and enhance our beauty, and y'all can't, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So I mean, but confidence is not always just about looks. There's other many things that you can be confident about. You can be confident in your personality. You can be confident in your intelligence. You can be confident in your humor, your talents, and all kind of stuff you could be confident in. You know, and even though money is really good to have, especially for men, it still doesn't make you like less of a person, or you shouldn't be like stressed about it, if it makes sense, kind of thing. Because that's not all the world is about. Like love is the most powerful kind of energy before anything. You know, like money you can't take to the grave with you. You know what I mean? So I mean, boss up on her. She wants your brother. Again, she won't. But you're probably more of a man, like I said, she would need. She probably would regret it. Who knows? Even though if you don't, it might not equal to having her. It's still like a, well, should have chose me. You're lost. And that kind of does make you feel a little, a little confident, or a boost of ego. But like I said, you'll find that somebody who only wants you. They don't want your brother. They don't want the next man down the street. They don't want the mailman. They only want you. Trust me, it's out there. You just gotta not give up. Yep, this video will be up. So once it uploads onto YouTube, once I end the live, it'll still be up. I used to private it for some time and send people a link because I had too many creeps watching in. But I'm back to letting it just be public, and you can come back to it, whenever. But yeah, when you know your worth, nobody can make you feel worthless. Trust me, I've had a million people that try to humble me whenever I was insecure or confident. Because sometimes it switches. Sometimes you're not always insecure. You might have days where you're very confident, or then it switch back, and whatever case may be, it was whether I was confident or not. I had some people that try to humble me, like, oh, you can't do this, or you can't have this, or you can't say this because in my opinion, you don't look good. Just think about it. You're basing it on those people's opinion. You know what I mean? So you're holding yourself back just because a few people in life, or however many people don't think you look good. You know what I mean? See how ridiculous it is actually when you think about it. Like you're holding yourself back just because who are they? They ain't got, like, who are they? Seriously, to hold yourself back just because they feel some type of way. And some people think this, which might be wrong, it might be right, but you do what you can to be happy. Love is love, and you do what you can to be happy. Some people say, if you feel like you're really unattractive, go find somebody else attractive. Y'all can be unattractive together. I mean, if that works out for you, it works out for you. I'm not here to judge free will for everybody. But again, you just do what's best for you. But there's no reason to really be insecure at the end of the day because this is how God made us. We had no control of how we turned out and how we looked, okay? And if nobody was to ever come up with the term ugly or anything like that, we wouldn't even know what ugly was. You know what I mean? It's all really programmed and all in your mind, to be honest. You know, I remember one of my exes. I was telling him about my insecurities or whatever, and he was like, "Well, you're my cup of tea." Because I was telling him how I didn't really feel that attractive, and he's like, "Well, it doesn't matter because I feel like you look good." You know what I mean? So you only gotta look good to one person, to be honest, and that's your soulmate. Well, no, two people, yourself and your soulmate. That's the only two people you gotta really look good for anyway. You don't have to look good for everybody or please everybody. She was in the middle of a divorce. That could be sticky and messy, yep. and you were there. Dang. But there's nothing wrong with being, being friends either, And some people they like toxic, or they're used to toxic. They don't get out of toxic. That could also be another thing. Some people aren't used to a healthy, good, balanced relationship. They're used to being called out their name and stuff like that. Even if it's wrong, it might still kind of like turn them on. And I just don't think that she's attracted enough to you. I don't think she's mature enough. I don't think she's healed enough. You know what I mean? But I do hope this gave you clarity. And if you still want a time frame question, let me know. Attracted to her, right? And you probably will or you won't get over the attraction to her. But there are a million other people to be attracted to. You know what I mean? Like, it's more fine women. you know? It has to be more than just looks, you know what I mean? I just explained to you earlier. You don't know what it is? If you have any question based on time, let me know. For example, when will Sally reach out to me? And then I will pick up on that time. Most times, other information come out, and I will tell you, but it's really focused on time-based questions. So, if you have anything like that of that nature, let me know. But the cards that came out for you were the Five of Cups, Queen of Cups, Eight of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, King of Cups, Queen of Swords, Temperance, Ace of Cups, Two of Swords, the hair, not the Hierophant, the High Priestess, excuse me. Six of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, Ten of Cups, not King of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. When will you? Okay. You don't know when. You don't know when you'll be ready. You don't know. Which one? Which one? Let me know. It just shocked me a little bit because normally people ask the other way around. So it just kind of like took me aback. Nothing wrong, but let me know which one. Can I get another app reading here for Tony, please, Spirit? Thank you. When will Jennifer reach out to Tony? When will Jennifer reach out to Tony? When? From this point on to any point in the future? I'm only saying that because, if she reached out in the past, then I don't want to pick up on that energy. So I have to be very, specific in order to get the most accuracy. When will Jennifer reach out to Tony from this point on, anytime in the future? Month. Give it to me, month. Okay. Day. Year. Okay, I'm getting October the 8th of 2026. I thought it was going to be this year, but double clarifying it, it could be next. I'm seeing next year. October 8th of 2026. Time frames can be funny, so I will warn you and disclaimer on that. Nobody controls the time, free will, and energies are fluid. But I can also tell you 9 times out of 10 that I get it very correct on these time frames. I've shook a few clients and I shook myself picking up on this energy. And I feel like what will get her to reach out during this time will be to congratulate you on something. So you could be achieving something around this time, and they want to come in because it's like they're really like proud of you, kind of thing. They see you shining, they see your glow. Okay. They also could be shocked that it's like someone or something that you know. So it's like finding out more about you. They could feel like you're a little mysterious, and that's something that definitely attracts them to you. They like that mystery. Did not really have a good connection. That's okay. That doesn't mean they can't like certain stuff or they can't still wish you well. I feel like they could be going through a lot, and it could definitely be good to talk to someone. Yeah, I definitely feel like starting a fresh beginning here with the Fool card. She could have felt like maybe it was too many like involvements in the connection with you two, whether that was like any outside influences, whether that was family, pets, co-workers, whoever, any outside influences that they could have felt like kind of gotten in the way or made things worse. Yeah, she felt like you always kind of helped her be balanced and guarded here. You know, when she felt like she was out of her body, out of her mind, you know, she could have felt like she was a little too harsh, you know, based on certain beliefs that she had, especially if it was around finances here. If she felt like she expected way too much. But yeah, she could feel like she understands like your background, you understand her background. Yeah, oh yeah, she wish she could have like respected you more. Maybe she also could have feel like she wish she would have respected your mother more or something. Here, yeah, I'm hearing sorry for the way I behave. Yeah, she feel like she was like just being really independent when she didn't have to be. Yeah, even yeah, it's like an energy of like it's not all about money. Even if you were there to fix the cabinet, for example, it's like having more appreciation and gratitude. Yeah, and not judging you like how maybe other people, maybe her family or the church or something else are like judging. Yeah, it's like now she wants to like love you loud and proud. Yeah, we have be more social. That could be another thing. Like she's waiting not only for herself to bloom and develop and blossom more, but for you to bloom, develop, and blossom more. And I do feel like during this time, she might feel that you're blooming and blossoming and developing a little more. Hence why she's like reaching out. It could be through email if she doesn't have your phone number. or if there's some type of like communication lines blocked or something like that. It's like she's gonna find a way. Yeah, her come crawling back. I don't know if you or her got a job relocation or if this like long distance that could have been or could be an issue. Yeah, and it's like maybe she was looking at you in the eyes of like an enemy, and now she's looking at things differently. We have you are good enough. I seen that telepathic communication too. You left the gym, still care for her. She still care for you too. Standards are huge. She left with them. Did she do anything? People was putting stuff in her head. Yep, I see that. 10 Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. Yep. Let me read this card. It says, you are good enough. Full Moon in Virgo. Page 78. Let's break down to number 15 and break down to number 6. She was, what? Oh, yeah, well, then you probably, again, you gotta stop with these sloppy seconds. Do you really want your brother's sloppy seconds? You know, it doesn't sound good to me, honey. But again, if that's how y'all get down, then I guess, I don't know, I'm not here to judge. It definitely sounds very crazy. I wouldn't want nobody to bang my sister, you know what I mean? Like, I'm good. It's not, I don't like you that much. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's up to you, though. It says you are good. Yeah, this could be a reminder. It says you are good enough. It's time to be really honest with yourself and understand what's led you to ask your question. Have you been humble to the point of being self-effacing? Humility is good, but it can go too far. And drawing this card suggests you may be underrating yourself. You don't have to be flash, just quite certain that you are good enough. Oh, thank you. At the other end of the scale, you need to honestly answer this question. Have you been too picky? The full moon in Virgo card needs some truthful answers. Once you've given them, it should be easier to see how you got where you are. Your next step should then be more obvious to you. Pay attention to the details. Hard work brings results. Find a balance between the cosmic and the mundane in your daily life. I was going to say something funny, but I don't know if this is going to be funny. I was going to say, stop showing people your brother. No, I'm just kidding. But says worrying too much will attract more things to worry about. Okay, you hear that? Have you been overly critical? An apology may be in order. Stop second guessing yourself. I feel like sometimes you push them to him. I wouldn't say all the time, but I do feel like sometimes just because you already have that assumption, you already have that hurt, it's already happened, that you kind of push them towards him. So I will say that. Raise your by doing something good for someone else. The full moon in Virgo is a time to declutter your life, your home, and your office. It's time to sort what's good in your life from what's not serving you. It's also the time to clear out your energies via salt baths and meditations, and to practice getting more grounded by walking barefoot on nature's ground. No matter when you draw this card, it's a reminder that any time is a good time to start living a healthier life. Okay? Period. Maybe go back to the see what different girl you can pick up. That's not gonna go for him. You know what I mean? Queen of Pentacles, King of Cups, Judgment, Tower, Queen of Cups, Six of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and the Fool card. And remember that time, October. What did I say? October 8th, 2026. If you can write that down, come back, give me an update. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I don't truly know if that would feel good. If you already know that they had dealings with your brother or want your brother, and then you're with them, that might just be in your mind all the time. How could you? I don't know how you could really have a good relationship with them with that in your head all the time. You know what I mean? I don't know. But it doesn't mean that these aren't people that you probably, you know, had like a bond with or had a good friendship with, or you know what I mean? Like it doesn't take away from that part, but still. You know, again, like I said before, it don't even have to be bad knees. She could be just a decent looking woman. She doesn't have to be like model looking as long as she cares about you. That's why I think that keeps people stuck. And trust me, it's with women too. You know, everybody wants, you know, a real fine man. Most of the time it's like a dark man with dreads, you know what I mean? But not all the time are those the people that are gonna care about you. And once you get older and mature and stuff like that, you're like, okay, I don't care about looks. You know what I mean? I want somebody that cares about me. You know, I want somebody that values me, makes me feel warm, makes me feel happy all the time, makes me want to cuddle with them all the time. You know what I mean? Like I don't want someone who they just look good to look at and you know maybe have sex with, but then they treat me like shit. They are inconsistent. They want my brother or sister or whoever. It's all kind of other crazy stuff behind it. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. You know, maybe it was fun while it lasted or fun to look at them, but it's not fun to be with them. But don't be too hard on yourself. You know, working on your self love can take time. Sometimes, you know, so you don't have to anything you do. You don't have to go just like a diet. You don't have to go cold turkey with it, because more than likely you're going to withdraw and you're going to bounce back. You know what I mean? So sometimes these things take time. You know, it takes time to feel a little bit more confident in yourself. But it don't have to take a real long time, especially when you're putting in that work. You know, you're going hard. Don't overwork yourself, but you're going hard in the gym. You're reading, you know, some good books that'll help you. You're meditating. You're always making sure you look your best to what you think is your best or the best that you can look. You know what I mean? You're not comparing your life to other people. Face it, 9 times out of 10, most of us aren't going to be rich. Not everybody's gonna in life is going to be rich or look like a model. It is what it is. But yeah, I'll tell you clearly, you enjoy your time, huh? Oh, thank you. That's really sweet. You know, just think about the first person who probably tried to make you feel worthless. Because 9 times out of 10, that's where it all started. You know what I mean? Like, still go out there. Don't like hide yourself from the world. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you still go grocery shopping and all kind of stuff. Like, okay, just because a couple people in the world don't like how I look doesn't mean I'm about to like punish myself or not go grocery shopping or whatever the case may be. Like, get out of here. I wonder if my phone is charged enough to put it back up here because I like for you guys to see my background now. It's not that much, but it'll work because I don't think I'm gonna be on here too longer anyway. So There we go. And this is open for anyone that wants to donate. It's a buy, get a yes or no for free. Trauma bonded. That could be something too. Yep. And who knows? When you get that time, you'll probably even know more 100% whether you're really good separated or not, you know? But sometimes it really does, you know? How trauma bonded do you feel? Like, do you guys live together, or is it just like y'all got so much ties together? Y'all got a lot of mutual friends? Like, what's really the trauma bond? Besides, because you know, your brothers and stuff, but like, what's really like, you know? Because when you don't really live with them or have them around too much, then it's like not that much of a, you know what I mean? So if you don't really, you know, stop going around then, huh? Why are they there? Do they expect you to be the only one, you know? Like, where are they? You know what I mean? It's not your responsibility. I mean, I'm pretty sure as a caring brother, that's probably something you want to do, but you don't have to do. You know what I mean? How old are you? You're grown enough, right? I mean, even if you were 17, like, still, that's a responsibility shouldn't all be on you. You know what I mean? How can they blame you for a diagnosis, that a health condition that he has? You can't make nobody have a, you know what I mean? I mean, you could trigger somebody and upset them, but you didn't give them the condition. You know what I mean? It doesn't make it's not making sense. You got to make it make sense. You know what I mean? You know, 2 + 2 = 4, not 5. You have your own life to live. Are you in a predicament where you can move? Because when you're down, you don't need nobody to beat you down even more. Like, are you the only one paying bills? Like, what is going on? Smaller or younger or both? Okay, keep working towards it. Keep working towards it and avoid them as much as possible. That's all you can do right now. I always tell people like that when you're in these type of toxic households, whether it's with lovers, family, friend, whoever it is, just, you know, do as much avoidance as you can until you move. You know, go to the library, stay for extra hours, go to the park, you know, whatever. You just because you live with them doesn't mean you have to be home all the time. Is basically what I'm saying. Okay, well, at least y'all both are, you know, sharing that. I mean, there's pros and cons to everything. There's some positives and some negatives to everything. So, don't just focus on all the negative, even if it, can be very, heavy. But you'll get through it. You know, how younger? Because I mean, if you're way older, you know what I mean. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, but I mean, if y'all do share, then it's like, can't help y'all both are on the lease and stuff like that. But you're older, you still kind of got more of a say. So like if you're 25 and he's 17, go back home to mom's. You know what I mean? 1 year is not, y'all basically twins. Okay, never mind. Feels bad for her. I get it. I get it. I'm right there with you. But you know what? That doesn't mean you're gonna have less of a life. You know what? You don't need nobody to have sympathy or empathy. It would be nice, but you don't need it. You're not on. Okay, so why not? Are you able to get your own and be on your own lease? Or get, well, I really wouldn't recommend getting on a lease with them because then it's like being tied even more. What made you move with them in the first place? Again, I'm feeling like an energy of you don't have to, 31, 29. Yep. And no offense, it could be too old to well, I wouldn't say too old because again, that's your choice. If you want to live with your brother at whatever age you want to live with your brother. But I always do say that it's nothing like having your own car, your own home, your own whoever. Because you ain't got to worry about nobody else's rules. You ain't got to worry about nobody annoying you, bothering you, want to clean up at the time that you want them to clean them at the time they want you to clean up. You know what I'm trying to say, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Like so, and the best thing you can do is be very quick, as the quick as you can be to move out. That's what I'll say. So in this case, he probably had the power to kick you out. So you want to be a little bit more, little respectful as you can. But at the same time, you don't have to like lose yourself just to be respectful. If that makes sense. Like if it's an emergency situation, maybe a hotel, maybe a shelter, maybe something else. You know what I mean? But you know what you got to do. It's all about doing what you have to do more than complaining. But I hope that gave clarity. Kind of just going on and on and on. But yeah. Well, then who the heck is on the lease, or who got it for y'all? Like, what? You know what I mean? Ah, I see. Okay. Well, that was sweet of her. The list is open for anyone that wants to donate. If you to donate now, you'll be the first person on the list or at the start of the list. Welcome to anyone that's coming in. I see I got 6, 7 likes. I really appreciate that, even though I didn't see 6, 7 people. Um, but yeah, welcome. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're having a good holiday. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, notification bell for all that good stuff. Check out the community post where I post collective posts that you may resonate with. Also, live collective readings as well. Claim your donations, as sometimes I don't get a notification. Sometimes your YouTube name may be different from PayPal, Cash App, or Chime. Yes, to do all kind of readings except mediumship at this time. Personal private readings can go by email, phone, text, private live stream, or private recorded video. I don't buy. I get the answers just right. Most things are in the description box. If it's not there, please let me know and I will inform you. Thank you for coming in and choosing me as your reader at this time. If you aren't purchasing a tarot reading, does not mean you can't come in and chat. It is an open chat and no judge free zone. You too. Much love and blessings to you. Trying to figure out what to eat. I really want some barbecue. Too bad I don't know how to put anything on the grill. I have to really learn that. You could just call me Shayna. I am open with my name on here, but I do feel like I'm probably gonna stop sharing my name. The internet gets too hectic sometimes. And a lot of people are going to like a faceless anonymous business, and I might do that. Not on here, but on my other channels or so. Probably do like an anonymous faceless business. You too, huh? You're fine. Do what you gotta do. Your reading was done. I'm probably about to go in a minute. My darn going self. I'm usually on. I've been a little consistent now, so I've kind of been on every day. But yeah, Hey Isla, or is it Lisa Isla? How are you? Hope all is well. Happy holidays. Welcome in, welcome in. It is the last call for donations for anyone coming in. Last call for donations. Buy one, get a free, yes or no. Last call for donations. Oh, I see. It's pretty. It's, as the title says, buy one, get a free, yes or no. So you have to buy one first, and then you get a free, yes or no along with it. Even if you just buy a time frame, that's $3.33. You can get a free yes or no that come along with it. So I do try to make some prices affordable. Not all prices are very high or expensive, but at least put some energy towards it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this live stream. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming in. Much love and blessings to you. Enjoy this holiday. Um, you know, Follow me for collective readings and stuff like that. Keep your notifications on for the next time that I go live. Make sure you do whatever that makes you happy, regardless of people's opinion. Especially if they don't wish you the best, they're doing worse off than you. You want to trade lives with them. Self love comes first. Life is about experiencing, exploring, and having fun. Take things one day at a time. And yeah, personal private readings again are open, and they can go by via email, phone, text, private live stream, or private recorded video. Excuse me. All right, peace. Bye.